Dear learners, I welcome you in this video where you will learn about the law of demand and exceptions to the law of demand. After watching this video, you will be able to explain the meaning of demand. You will also be able to understand the law of demand and the exceptions to the law of demand. Consumer demand is the basis of all productive activities. Increasing demand for a product offers high business prospects for it in the future, and decreasing demand for a product diminishes the business prospect in future. For example, increasing demand for computers, cars, and mobile phones in India has enlarged the business prospect for both domestic and foreign companies selling these goods. On the other hand, declining demand for typewriters, CDs is forcing the companies to switch over to modern substitutes or else go out of the business. It is therefore essential for business managers to have a clear understanding of the various aspects of demand for their products, like what is the basis of demand for a commodity, what are the determinants of demand, how do the buyers decide the quantity of a product to be purchased, how do the buyers respond to change in product prices, their incomes, and prices related to other goods, and how can the total or market demand for a product be assessed and forecasted. So let us now understand the meaning of the term demand. The term demand implies a desire for a commodity backed up by the ability and willingness to pay for it. For example, if a man wants to buy a car but he does not have sufficient money to pay for it, in economic sense, his want is not his demand for that particular car. Similarly, if a rich, miserly person wants to buy a car but is not willing to pay for the car, his desire to is not his demand for that particular car. But if a man has sufficient money and is willing to pay the price of the car, his desire to buy a car is an effective demand. Thus, we can say the term demand implies a desire for a commodity backed up by the ability and willingness to pay for it. Or a want with three attributes becomes effective demand, which will include a desire to buy a commodity, willingness to pay for the commodity, and ability to pay for the commodity. So, a want with these three attributes becomes effective demand. The term demand for a commodity or quantity demanded always has a reference to a price, a period of time, and a place. So, for a effective demand statement, these three elements must be present, that is, the reference to a price, a particular period of time, and a place. Any statement regarding the demand for a commodity without reference to its price, time unit, and place of demand is meaningless and is of no practical use. For example, to say the demand for TV sets is 5,000 carries no meaning for a business decision, nor does it have any use in any kind of economic analysis. A meaningful statement regarding the demand for LCD TV sets may be expressed as the annual demand for LCD TV sets in Delhi at a price of rupees 25,000 per unit is 50,000 units. Here we are referring to the price, period of time, as well as place, which will make it a meaningful statement. The next important topic is the law of demand. The law of demand states that the demand for a commodity increases when its price decreases and falls when its price rises, other things remaining constant. Or we can say there is an inverse relationship between the price and quantity demanded, other things remaining constant. If you show this relationship of price and quantity demanded on a graph, you will find a downward sloping demand curve, where a demand curve is a locus of points showing various alternative price and quantity combinations. For example, at price P1, maybe the quantity demanded is Q1, so we will make a dot on the graph. And when price reduces to P2, as per the law of demand, the quantity demanded will increase and you may demand Q2 of quantity. So again, at this combination of price and quantity, you will make a dot, and if you join both the points on this graph, you will get a downward sloping demand curve. We have understood that there is a negative relationship between price and quantity demanded, other factors remaining constant. But there are certain exceptions to the law of demand. Let us understand these exceptions. The first exception is expectation regarding the future price. If a customer or a consumer expects a change in the future prices, maybe there the law of demand will not apply. It will also not apply to the status goods like diamond, rare paintings, antiques, and necessities like medicines. Goods expected to be scarce in future, there also the law of demand will not apply, and it will also not apply to the given goods. Now let us understand these exceptions one by one. If the buyers of the commodity expect the price of the storable commodity to increase in the future, they will buy it today even if the prices are increasing. Similarly, if they expect the prices to fall in the future, they will postpone their purchase. So, with the decreasing prices, the demand will not increase, the law of demand will not apply. The second exception to the law of demand is status goods like diamonds, rare paintings, jewelries, or antiques. These goods are used by rich people as status symbols. The examples are diamond ring, gold jewelry, etc. The higher the price, the higher will be the demand for these goods. If the prices of these goods will come down, these goods will lose its status symbol and demand will also come down. Commodities such as medicines, salt, wheat do not follow the law of demand because we have to purchase them in some minimum required quantity, whatever their price may be. So, with the changes in price, the demand will not be affected and law of demand will not be applied to the necessities like medicines, salt, and wheat. When the buyers expect a scarcity of a particular good in near future, they start buying more and more of that good even if their prices are rising. For example, during war, famines, people tend to buy more of some goods even at higher prices due to fear of their scarcity in the near future. Given goods do not follow the law of demand as their demand rises when the price rises. Example of given goods are jowar and bajra. So we have learned that there is a negative relationship between price and quantity demanded, other factors remaining constant as per the law of demand, but there are certain exceptions where the law of demand will not apply. Let us understand what we have learned in this video with the help of some multiple choice questions. And the question number 1 is blank is the basis of all productive activities. And your options are A. Economics, B. Consumer demand, C. Supply, D. Desire. And the right answer is B. Consumer demand. The term demand implies a desire for a commodity backed up by the A. Ability to pay for it, B. Willingness to pay for it, C. Both of the above, D. None of the above. And the right answer is C. Both of the above. The term demand for a commodity or quantity demanded always has a reference to A. Price, B. Period of time, C. Place, D. All of the above. And the right answer is D. All of the above. The law of demand states that there is blank between the price and quantity demanded, other things remaining constant. And the options are A, positive relationship, B, no relationship, C, an inverse relationship, D, none of the above. And the right answer is C, an inverse relationship. Thank you for watching this video.